Alright guys, I know it's been a while since I did my last video, but tonight after seeing a few YouTube videos of some really crazy circumventing of the Constitution, I have to speak to it. Let's get to it. First of all, Leon Panetta, the defense secretary for the Obama administration, came out and was talking about a new definition to the Constitution and rerouting the way that we deploy troops and go to war, declare war, around Congress and the constitutional checks and balances that we have on that. Obviously, Congress is there to declare war because Congress is there to represent the people. Therefore, the people are represented in declaring wars. From now on, now that is not even going to happen, as Leon Panetta stated his case, that they will now be circumventing the Constitution and rerouting around Congress to international conglomerates such as NATO and the UN. So, first of all, let's just look at this. Yes, the executive branch has always had the power to necessarily uh, deploy troops in emergency situations, but we aren't in emergency situations, first of all, and second of all, special interest has been the name of the game for too long in everything that our past administrations, George Bush and Obama, have been doing. All right, now you guys, my liberal friends think that George Bush was one of the worst presidents of all time. Obama is becoming the worst president of all time in every situation that you want to look at it, economically, foreign policy, and domestic policy. It is getting terrible. I mean, liberties have never been under such erosion, and there really are no more freedoms because even free speech is under attack now. We are under attack completely by our own government, and to any of my friends that have ever uh, maybe challenged my ideas and thought that they weren't right, it's time to wake up. There is things happening that you need to be aware of, and we need to take a stand for, or we're going to let tyranny completely run us over. All right, so Leon Panetta is talking about letting national conglomerates such as the UN and NATO dictate whether we go to war or whether we do anything such as even a regime change or even whether we want to go into Syria or Iran just for oil purposes. It doesn't matter anymore. As long as NATO and UN saying it's good to go and have the vote, then that's what our Obama's going to do. All right. Now let's get to the next issue here. Eric Holder, Attorney General for the United States under Obama's administration, comes out, and his talk is about the due process. And we aren't just talking about circumventing the Constitution on this. We're talking about redefining the Constitution. You know how every American citizen is supposed to have due process, and under all of the history before us until now, due process has been judicial, in that you go before a judge or a jury of your peers, and then you get tried and sentenced whether you are innocent or guilty at that point, and you are innocent until proven guilty. Now, there's just none of that. Due process under Eric Holder's terms and definition now means what Obama and his cabinet see or deemed fit to do. So, like, say you're an anti-government free speech activist and you're going out there talking about how all these things are wrong, such as my video here. You know, let's say Obama doesn't like that, and you're getting way too many hits on YouTube, and all of a sudden you have a huge following, and there are people under that following that start doing extremist activities because you're the head of it, because people that follow you on YouTube are doing crazy extremist things. Let's say that you now have no due process, and Obama sees it fit that you need to be taken to Guantanamo Bay for an indefinite amount of period. And guess what? The military comes in because of the NDAA, snatches you up, takes you down to Guantanamo Bay. Guess what? Also this week, Obama has announced that the new procedure is even if being in Guantanamo Bay, then you are seen able to be let go. Let's say your time is done, or let's say even a judge overturns what you were originally put in Guantanamo Bay for and overturns that to allow your innocence. Well, now Obama can actually still detain you after you've been innocent. So we have a lot of crazy civil rights liberties and freedoms that are completely gone now. And it's all just under the Obama administration. And guess what? That last one there, the Guantanamo Bay being deemed innocent at that point, and still being detained and held till the rest of your life, that has never been done even by Hitler. Okay, so that is ridiculous. Okay. Now, the due process, the redefined due process under Eric Holder, that's historic too. In all of the history of our Constitution, it has never been redefined in any other way than the judicial process. So now that Obama and his cabinet have the ability to dictate this, I mean, you could just be, like I said, someone that's outspoken against the government and they want to do away with you. I mean, it could be abused to that point now. And any kind of power that you give the government to where it can be abused, even if Obama has come out and said with the NDAA that he would not use that against American citizens. Well, he hasn't kept his promise with anything else. What makes me think he's going to keep his promise on that? I don't believe a thing he says. He's just a smooth talking liar, okay? And I hope my liberal friends get mad at me because I would love to debate you on anything that Obama has done. He has been completely negative, has not done anything positive for anybody. And even if you want to bring up a department that he might have started, even if you want to bring up some kind of issue, even healthcare, terrible. By the way, guess what? A new study's been done. His healthcare has now made his healthcare plan has, with the mandates, has now made healthcare go up $111 billion. How's that for affordable healthcare? And you're now mandated, and you're going to be mandated to take this government product that is garbage. It's complete garbage to just a few years ago what we had in healthcare. Uh, this world is coming to tyranny all over, okay? And now United States is following suit 100%. We are fast tracking tyranny in America, and there's no way to debate this. I mean, everything would be against you, including Panetta, Obama, and Eric Holder's testimonies themselves. Okay, and you know what's funny is the Congress themselves are completely baffled by what Leon Panetta had to say about rerouting, or not, excuse me, not rerouting, but to dictate whether we go to war now through NATO and UN. They're completely baffled. This has never been done. Okay? And the fact that now we can actually kill people, the United States American citizens, through the NDAA, nothing has ever been like that on the books. The closest we've had was in Civil War when the two parts of our country were against each other. And you know what? That was wartime. So that was even different. This is completely insane. This is insane, and people are too busy to even care about it. And this is our lives. This is the future of our lives and the future of the generations and our grandkids and children. Like this is all in the face of that. And and you know what? If this keeps going on this route, we'll have to one day tell them, oh, we had a society where it used to be free. Yeah, in my teenage years, we had a society where I was free. And now, unfortunately, you guys aren't allowed that opportunity. In fact, now you have to work for the government and you have to give most of your paycheck, since they believe that they own it, to the government to pay off all these debts that they've passed off through bailouts on the citizens. And guess what? We're under debt slavery now because of that. We're under economic slavery from our own government because of these bailout and TARP programs and stimulus programs and through the Fed's quantitative easing. I can go on forever. All right? This is terrible. We need to understand that this is not going to work for us. This is not in our best interest. We have to start demanding from the ground up, from our local mass meetings, from our local city committees to our city councils. We need to start changing legislation in our own city to protect us from these things. And if we can't do that, then we need to start going to our representatives and demanding that they stand up for our rights. And you know what? Thank goodness in Virginia, I live in Virginia, thank goodness Ken Cuccinelli came out this week, and he's our Attorney General, came out and he knows the law, and he's saying that the president is completely gone against our law. And he even says in our lifetimes that there has never been the government breaking rules like this. So, all right, it's not me. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying what everyone else is already saying, okay? These are things that you may not be privy to because you haven't been aware. Wake up. Wake up, America.